Hi, this is your monthly video for AskAHottie.com. So, we're talking about dating tonight, and I think one of our first questions...
What would make you say yes to a guy asking you out on a date?
I would say yes to a guy asking me out on a date if he came up to me, if we were making eye contact throughout the night, maybe we're introduced to each other or something, and then he would start a light conversation with me and show some confidence and show that he was interested and maybe be a little flirty.
Flirty for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, feel that chemistry and not just, like, come up and, like,
Out of
go
nowhere.
for it.
Yeah.
And just not even see, like, he sees who you are or, like, you could be anyone. Like, he actually is interested in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he needs to, I don't know, make me laugh a little bit and have some conversation before you just, like, so, you want to go out with me? You know, not just, jump the gun right away. So, yeah, I think that just initiating conversation before trying to, you know...
Yeah, and
And already feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
And it would seem natural instead of just kind of awkwardly throwing it out there, like you said.
seeming genuinely interested.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. And trying to, I don't know, like how would he ask? How would you say yes to someone asking you?
Good question. I don't really say yes though. I'm just kidding. Yeah, just not feeling like you're like a dime a dozen, like, you know, showing genuine interest, like we said. You know, making me laugh.
Maybe like towards, I don't know, some point in the conversation asking you like what you like to do, and then he, you know, could say something like, let's just say you like to go for hikes, and he'd be like, oh, it'd be great to go on a hike with you sometime, or something like that.
Based
like,
on similar
interests.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, you like to listen to this kind of music, like we should go to a show together,
So
or
that-
like finding some kind of common ground. Like, oh, I love to go hiking, like my favorite thing is my dog that I like, and you know, just like figuring that out.
So that kind of leads into the next question of, you know, what should you do? You had said that the guy should plan the date.
Yeah, I think that, so after she's, you know, if you've said, let's just say go for a hike or something, I think that would be your responsibility to actually plan something. You know, if she's like, well, you know, don't ask her what she wants to do. Be like, oh, well, maybe we should go for a hike. I know this great spot called, you know, whatever, and I've been there a bunch, and I'd love to show you it or something.
Yeah, something specific, not being like, oh, like arbitrary, like I want to go take you out. It's like, I want to take you to this amazing restaurant that we've both like, I don't know, you both like Thai food, so you want to take you to this amazing spot that you know about, or something intriguing that you are actually interested in. You're not just like thinking what we want you to do for us, you know?
I think that also it's important to do something that's active in a first date, and that is not just sitting there staring at each other, and do not ever ask her to go to the movies on a first date. That is
So gross.
bad. Very, very bad.
Because
That's when you're old and bored.
Unless you really had to have a first conversation about
About a specific movie, but maybe do something really fun first and then go see the movie, or I don't know. I think that it needs to be more hands-on, actually physically doing something, whether it's bowling, miniature golf. I don't know, something.
Miniature golf.
Going to the beach.
playing pool.
Playing pool.
Darts.
Yeah, darts are good.
You're not just sitting across a table from each other, having to stare at each other, feeling like you're supposed to be talking the whole time. It takes the pressure off.
Mm-hmm.
And that also, like, makes you a little competitive, which can be, like, sexy, or a little bit, like, you feed off each other's energy more when you're doing something. So it's not just, like, sitting there interviewing each other. And
Mm-hmm, exactly. Well, it gives her a chance to do cute, funny things, too. Like, if you're miniature golfing, you know, she can, I don't know, bend over a little funny and show her how
She's like,
show me how cute she is.
show her how cute she is.
Rather than if you're just sitting there eating, it's like, I'm sitting in my tooth. I
When
don't
you're
know.
doing something and you're not just sitting there staring across the table
Yeah.
at each other or across sitting next to a movie, like, should I, like, put my hand near his? Is he gonna try to hold my hand? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Something more active for sure.
Yeah.
And then how long should the date last?
I think depending on how well you feel it's going, but I've been on dates that were definitely too long, and I wanted to get the hell out of there immediately because I just didn't feel comfortable, and we ran out of things to talk about, and it was
Not a connection.
there wasn't a connection. Yeah.
But even if there was a connection, like, I feel like there's, like, a time limit. It's like, okay, now you're having so much fun. Like, you want something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
You want to end on a good note.
Yeah.
Definitely, I don't know. I think you can get stagnant in your conversation, even if it is going really awesome. Like, so you might want to just be like an hour or two. I'm more like towards an hour.
Yeah. I think
don't know.
2 hours would be tops for me
For
personally.
first date, keep it really short.
Yeah, keep it short and short and sweet. Also, ending it on when it's actually really going really well. So, you leave the girl being like, "Oh my God, that was great," and she can't wait to go out with them again, rather than dragging it out and out and out. So yeah, I think 2 hours
Yeah,
tops.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So things to not talk about on a first date
There's so many.
and things to talk about. So what's good
Definitely
conversation? What's bad
just keep
conversation?
it positive. Like, you don't want to bring up anything negative. Like, even if it's just like your boss is a jerk, like, don't go there. Like, you want to come off as like a positive person, and that you have positive things.
Yeah, you don't want to come off like you're a bummer. And
Yeah, you wanna-
if you don't like your job and you don't like your housing situation or whatever, you're not going to seem like a fun person. That
Yeah, you want to
The
make
girl's
sure you
gonna
keep
wanna
her like excited
hang out
to
with-
hang out with you because you're fun.
And no talking about exes or any kind of drama or
yeah, no drama at all,
Yeah.
I don't know.
unless it's some like really funny story that
Yeah.
happened to you.
Keep it lighthearted, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And even though you're trying to get to know that person, like, you probably don't want to bring up like religion or politics or
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
because you could still get to know that person and connect on a different level and be, I don't know, accepting. But if
Yeah.
you bring it up at the beginning, you're like, nah, not into it.
Yeah, definitely.
This says to make sure you go on your date alone. So
So don't go out with her and all of her friends or one friend or when you first start dating someone, you want to really connect with them and get to know them personally before you bring in all your people in your life or your family. You want to make sure that this is someone that you would want to introduce her to your friends and that she would want to introduce you to her friends. You want to connect first before you start bringing other people in the picture. I've gone on dates with, groups of people and I just wanted to get out of there because I didn't like their friends
Well, and also
or
you
whatever.
kind of feel like you're on display, like, because everyone's looking at you
Yeah.
and being like, oh my God, are they going to kiss? Oh my gosh, are they having fun? Or, you're kind of like not able to be yourself as much. And then
Yeah,
you
you
have
act-
like the
people act
criticisms from
differently.
everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
act differently around their friends, and then also I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, they can't like focus all of their attention on each other.
Exactly.
They're getting distracted. You might not get to know each other as well.
Right.
Yeah, you
Well, and you
probably-
can make the person feel uncomfortable too. If someone's taking you away from your date and they're trying to have a personal conversation with you or something, that person can feel really uncomfortable. So you want to make sure that you make them feel really comfortable with you guys together.
Yeah, it's
first.
pretty hard to like keep your eyes focused on one person when you're kind of looking in the back of your eye, like, what are my friends doing? Or someone like yells something, or I don't know. It can be very distracting.
Conversations go in different directions
Mm-hmm.
instead of just keeping the focus with getting to know each other and feeling comfortable with each other.
Yeah. I would say like the first, 4 or 5 dates to just do things together, just the two of you, before you introduce other people into your, person that you're dating. I think, don't you
Yeah,
think?
definitely, because it makes you feel more important almost, and then...
Well, and you're just more comfortable with each other altogether.
Yeah.
So I would
it's
say...
way more nerve-wracking when you're, like, dumped into a group of people, and you're like, okay, now I have to connect with this person, and then also be on for their friends and family, or whatever, and, like, do they like me? Do they... Like, what do they think of me? Do I fit in? Like, those are questions you shouldn't be asking when you first meet somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
So what mistakes do you guys make on first dates that kill their chances of a second date? I think some of these were brought up a little bit, but maybe there's a few more.
Talking about yourself only. I just think that's a super big turnoff.
Talking about how much money you have. I can't stand when guys talk about how much money they have and how many things they have, and it's
Types of cars or
yeah.
Or vacations they've even gone on. Like, I think it's great to talk about travel, but, like, the way you talk about it has to be, like, these are things I love to do, not, like, oh, I get to go all these places. Like,
And stay in 5-star resorts.
Yes.
And I get
So
to...
that's
like,
bragging.
brag if you
bragging.
can do
Yeah.
that on your own, but, like, if you're saying it like, oh, I stay here, I stay there.
Or trying overly hard to impress by adding in all these non
realistic.
Yeah.
And also
things.
just, like, doing that whole interview thing, like, what do you do? Like, where did you come from? Like, it just feels a little forced, and
if it's firing these personal questions over and over, or one after
it's
another.
hard to keep, like, even to be yourself when someone's doing that, you know? Like, you start to just feel like you're being, I don't know,
Maybe you don't
analyzed too much,
maybe
and,
don't
like,
feel like
scrutinized.
talking about your childhood that day. I mean, you could say a little bit about like where you're from, but you might not want to go too deep into it.
Yeah, agreed, definitely.
Not on the first date.
No. Oh, another point we were saying, on a first date, it's a good idea to go to 2 different spots. Maybe start out having some drink somewhere first or something, somewhere, and then do something really active afterwards, or, vice versa, whatever. And something, if you live in a place that's, being outside in the fresh air and in nature, I think is really a great thing to do.
What are, like, an example of, like, a good first date, then? Like...
Well, like I said, I would like to go on a hike or something, or
With a bottle of wine or a picnic.
a picnic. That's a great idea because it's something active that you're doing outside, and you had to hike to get there, and it's a reward. Bottle of champagne. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, and even, like, on a smaller level, like, I know I went on a date and we went and got a drink, and it's, like, it's not a good look to go and get, like, multiple drinks on a first date. Like, you want to, like,
Yeah,
have
no. Don't
a
get
drink,
wasted. Do not
2
get
drinks.
wasted.
And so then, like, we went and we had, like, 2, like, craft beers, and it was, like, we talked about the beer, and then we went for a walk, and then we got hot chocolate. It wasn't, like, we're gonna go get another date. And we had, like, this, it was a little bit cute, and we did do the walk in between, and that was, I don't know. I mean, it's still a change of venue, but
Right.
definitely not just about drinking.
Right. Another thing to bring that up, I went on 2 different dates with this guy, and I swear he was hiding me. So it was like he would take me on night strolls by the beach, and then we would go down on the cliffs because he didn't really want to be in public. So
Or you felt that way.
I felt that way. So make sure you're not making her feel
like you're not proud of
like
her.
you're not like excited to like show her off or something. Also, I definitely didn't feel comfortable doing that. That was a turn off for sure.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So that was an example of a bad date. Do you have any more examples of things that have happened?
Like good dates.
I went on a first blind
Good.
date, like it was an internet
Good or
date.
bad? Yeah.
And I went to the bar, and he was sitting with his back towards the entrance and just like not looking for me at all. And it just like, I was shy and nervous, and then I just felt like he should have been like at least facing the door and like looking for me and like making an effort to like, I don't
you're not
know,
gonna
order
go-
me a drink or like look around the
or
room.
flag you down when you came in.
So I didn't have to like go up to him and be like, "Hi, are you my date?" Like it was such a just awful start to the date because I was already just
special.
like, now I'm in this negative mood that you're not even looking for me. Like, why am I here?
Yeah, you want to make her feel special and make her feel like you're excited to see her. You should be excited to see her.
Even if it's a blind date and you're not sure about it, you still never know until you get talking. Like, whether
Yeah,
you
for
have a
sure.
connection or not. So just be open-minded until
Totally.
you meet.
Yeah.
And make an effort to meet her.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other bad examples.
Again, keeping the subject lighthearted, I've gone on a few dates where it was not at all, and one guy in particular said a couple sexual remarks to me that I was completely turned off by, and it grossed me out, and I did not go out with him again because of that. So, I guess depending on the girl, but I would say definitely
That's probably a no-no anyways.
keep that for way later, for me at least.
So along the same lines, touching, too. If
Not too
if they're
touchy-feely.
too touchy and kind of grabby, there's like a nice touch, or there's like a grab that you can really change the whole tone of it within like.
You almost
the way
don't
you
even
do it.
have to touch. You can just like barely touch and like leave that like little chemistry of like what is going to happen. And I think that's sexier than someone like being like,
Just
you know,
yeah, all over you.
Yeah, don't do
That's a
excessive
major
touching.
for myself. That's a major
if
turn
you
off.
don't know, then it's gonna just instantly be a no, and you can like leave that more allure of like what a touch could be, or I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Do you want to cut?